Hello my dazzling stars and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to take a look at the new Moon Solar Eclipse which is happening in the sign of Aries on the 20th of April or the 19th of April based on where you are. So you will have to take a look at your local calendars for the exact time or date, time and date of the eclipse for you, or you can also find it from timeanddate.com, and the link for that will be given in the description below. And that is not an affiliate link, it's just a link so that you can find the time and date for you. Okay, so while the eclipse is happening on the 19th or the 20th of April, the energies of this eclipse is going to stay with us for at least the next 6 months. This is a transitionary phase that we are in right now, and it's easing us into the next phase of our lives. And that is because the lunar nodes are shifting from the Taurus Scorpio axis to the Aries Libra axis right now. So, this is very significant as we are wrapping a chapter of our lives and moving to the next chapter of our lives. But this is not a video about the astrology of it, this is an energy reading. But if you are interested in the astrology of it, I do have another video on this subject and it's up on my other channel. So, you can check that out and it will be linked in the description below. Okay, so coming back to the topic, so today in this pick a pile reading, we'll be taking a look at the energies which are moving out of your life right now and the energies which are coming into your lives right now, and how to best align with the energies of this change and what this next 6 months might look for us or what they have in store for us. So do keep in mind that these are generalized readings, so take what resonates. So as you can see, there are four piles. We have pile 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'll be popping the crystals in a bit, so you can pause the video here and head to your reading if you just like to do the selection based on the face of the cards or the back of the cards. Okay, and I'll see you at your reading. Okay, so for my dear pile 1, we have a Carnelian. And I just wanted to mention for your pile in particular, I was also pulled towards the tiger's eye, but then in the end I just went with the Carnelian because that was the first crystal which came to my mind. And it just felt significant because for some of you it might be a sign that this is your pile. So it's Carnelian slash tiger's eye. Okay, for pile 2 we have the Lapis Lazuli. Yeah. And again, for your pile as well, I don't know, there's a duality to the to the pickings, to the crystals which I have, to these two crystals which I have picked for the first two piles today. So for your pile as well, the other crystal which I was pulled towards was a turquoise. So again, if that has some significance for you, then that is the crystal, or if that holds some significance to you, then you know that this is your pile. Okay, so for pile 3, and we have only one crystal for you, and this is the Mookaite. But you see how like even this is like dual toned. I mean, it has 2 or 3 tones, but it's mostly dual toned. Yeah. So this is the Mookaite, and for pile 4 we have the Moonstone. Okay, so go ahead, pause the video for as long as you want. Pick your pile, and remember that you can never pick wrong. Whichever pile, whichever crystal you're pulled towards the most, which you feel a pull towards, that is your pile. If you feel that you are being pulled towards multiple piles or multiple crystals, and it could be that there are some messages for you from multiple piles. But do remember that you can never choose wrong. Trust your intuition. You are all intuitive, my dear cosmic besties, my dear dazzling stars. You're all very intuitive in nature. So trust your intuition, trust that inner gut feeling, trust that pull, because you know which is the right file for you. Okay, so thank you for joining, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you at your reading. Hello, my group 1, welcome to your reading. So, if you chose the Carnelian crystal, then you have the card of Meditate and Contemplate, New Moon in Aries, and this is the overview of the energies which I have pulled for you. Okay, so let us take a look at the first set of oracle cards which I have for you. Then you have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. You have step out of your comfort zone, north node. Interesting. And you have emotions are running high, super moon. Okay, so the very first card which I have for you is the full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches, and it's very interesting because uh, this is the new moon, the solar eclipse which is happening. It's happening on the new moon because the solar eclipse can only happen on the new moon, during the new moon. But what is really significant about this particular eclipse is that this is happening on 20 at 29 degrees of Aries, and so that's also what is called the anaretic degree. So that basically means that it's the last degree of a sign. So there's this major theme of completion. There is this major theme of letting go of certain things which we were doing in the past, but then which are old and which we are done with, things which are no longer meant for us, things which are no longer working for us. So with this full moon in Aries, I'm just getting a double confirmation of that energy, that you are going to experience a massive shift in your life, okay, with this eclipse. And do keep in mind that while yes, eclipses happen and it's a great phenomenon and everything, and we can see it, but do not expect to feel the emotions or the energies of it immediately. Do not expect to be getting that intuitive hit or whatever you are looking for immediately. Usually the changes take some time. They start before an eclipse and they will keep on continuing and coming to you over the next few weeks or even months at a time. Okay, so it's really more like a 2 year cycle, because once the eclipse starts in a sign, and once the eclipse starts in a sign, it will keep happening in that sign for about 2 years, 1.5 to 2 years. So what this is telling me is that you are definitely ending, you're shifting from a major chapter of your life. Okay, you are moving from a major chapter of your life, and you are actually, it's interesting that you got new moon in Pisces. So I feel like, with a new full moon in Aries, it's like you have come to a realization about your own inner self. You have come to terms about, maybe it was that finding yourself, finding who you are, what you mean, or what you mean to yourself, or who you actually are, or finding your true purpose, and things like that, things which concern ourselves, things which concerns our own ego and our own personality, and things which are just about us, right? So I feel like you have come to a realization about those Aries things. You have come to a realization about where you need to step up in your life, and those lessons, those chapters of your life are finally coming to an end. Life is done teaching you those chapters where you have to stand up for yourself, where you have to take the lead, where you have to defend the underdog. And that can be you, that can be your family members, that can be your friends, that can be your society. But I really see you coming in terms with your identity. Yeah, I see that you're coming in terms with your identity, with who you are or who you want to be. And because of that thing, right, you are moving into this new energy. This new moon in Pisces is just saying that, because full moon is about endings, full moon is about which the things which are ending, and the new moons are about beginnings. This energy is new, this energy has not yet formed, but the energy of Aries has formed in your life right now, and right now you're moving into this new moon in Pisces. So what I feel is that yes, you have come to terms with your identity, about who you are as a person, or who you mean to yourself and to the world in general. Basically stepping into your own shoes. You have stepped into your own shoes, and you have realized that you do not need any rescuing. You can be the rescuer, you can be that knight in shining armor, you can be that leader, you can be that prince or princess for yourself. You don't need anyone to rescue you, and that is a major energy of ending which I'm getting for you. Okay, with the new moon in Pisces, what is telling me that the new chapter of your life is really about you starting moving into this phase of your life where you are much more spiritually aligned to your higher self, where you are much more spiritually aligned to your divine purpose. Yes, you have also with the North Node, and stepping out of your comfort zone. North Node is a direction where we are headed. North Node is a direction we are headed in this particular lifetime, right? North Node is where we are going. South Node is where we are leaving, what we are leaving behind. So what it's telling me is that with you coming in terms with who you are, with who you are in the physical realm, you have now started this new journey towards spiritual upliftment. Yes, you're getting more and more in touch with your spiritual side, with your sensitive side, and your spiritual game is actually up leveling. You are becoming more with your higher self, you're becoming one with your higher self, and you are getting those downloads. You are moving towards that north node at this particular, over the next 6 months. That is one of the major things, major undercurrent, major theme of your life is going to surround that. Okay, and with the emotions is running high, what is telling me is that you might be feeling very emotional at this time, because things are coming to an end, right? Things are coming to a closure, things are ending, and there is a new beginning. And while new beginnings are great and new beginnings are awesome, but there is also that bittersweet moment where we have happy and sad memories about the things we have overcome, about the things we had to endure to get where we are at this particular moment. So I feel like it's really, you might be feeling very emotional at this eclipse or during this time or at this particular juncture of your life, but also at the same time I'm getting the message that you really need to pay heed to your emotions, because it's almost like your emotions are becoming that guiding source. Because even you go with the Pisces card, and the new moon in Pisces card is just telling me that your emotions are going to become your new guiding light. Maybe up until this moment you really operated on your energy, operated on your physical strength, operated on what made sense, on logic. But with this new phase of your life, you are moving more into spirituality. You are trusting your emotions more. You are trusting your intuition more. So pay heed to your emotions. Okay, so let us take a look at the next set of cards which I have for you. So we have the Mountain, and this is the energy which is, no, sorry, it was this way, yeah. So the first, the King, yes, this is the energy which has come to a conclusion, and it's amazing that this is lining up right under the Aries card. Like, love that, because Aries is also the Emperor. So I'll just place the cards here, give me a minute. Yeah, then you have Eros, nice, things which you are passionate about. And the final card which we have is the Mountain for you. Okay, okay, so as I was saying that with the King card, I'm getting the same feeling, and the same feeling as this new moon in Aries card, and they are really aligned with and the energetic sense, because the King is the ruler, right? The King is the leader. He is the sun. He is the radiant one. And what it's telling me here is that obviously this is a chapter which is ending, so that you come stepping into your own shoes, you stepping into your own power, and you realizing your own potential. Yes, maybe up until this moment you weren't so sure about your potential or who you're meant to be in this world, but then with this cycle ending, you see that you are actually meant to be this person, you are meant to be this radiant one, you are actually meant to be this leader who can take initiative and who can do things, and who can take charge and action, right? So that is the feeling which I'm getting here, and this is a chapter which is ending. This is the energy which is going out, that this journey of you realizing about yourself, this journey of self-realization, that's almost come to an end, and now it's more about you going after your passions, going after your purpose, because your purpose, I feel, is again very aligned to the spiritual side. Okay, it's very intuitive in nature, so there can also be a lot of creativity. So creativity can also be one of the purposes which you have. And again, I'm going to add here, just because this message is coming through for you, because what spirit is telling me is that if you think that there is just one purpose in your life, and this is not that purpose which you might be thinking about right now, and it doesn't align with that purpose, what spirit wants you to know is that while we think that we just have one purpose in our life, it's usually not just one. There are multiple purposes which we have in our life. Okay, and at different stages of your life you will come across different purposes. So there is you living your purpose, you living your goal, is it's never done. It's only done when we transcend from this world into the next. It's only done when we are done with this journey of life, this life journey. It's only done at that time. So what Spirit is telling me is that there are things which you are really passionate about, and these passions are going to come to you. These passions are coming forward for you at a very rapid pace. Yeah, I'm feeling that momentum, that you are finding more and more things which you're passionate about. For some of you, it can also be putting your voice forward here, because I see there's a pair of lips here, or just one pair of lip, yeah, anyway, and it's holding a diamond. So for some of you, what I'm feeling is that public speaking, or you putting your voice forward, is also one of the major purpose of your life, and that is the energy which is coming to you right now. You might be put into situations where you have to speak up. You might be put into situations where you have to take the lead, where you will have to speak up about certain things which you don't agree about, or the things which you agree about, and you just have to put your voice forward more and more and more. Or it could be that you are at a place where there is a lot of customers, like you're facing the customers, and so you have to deal with a lot of customers, so you have that role of putting your voice forward. It can also be in the mood of a singer, of a healer, of a tarot reader, of an astrologer, right? I mean, it can also be an actor, because it's about the voice and how you use your voice to change the world, because it's lining up under your north node, and this is where your divine purpose is. It's expressing those things, it's expressing your passions, the things which you are passionate about. And also Spirit wants me to tell you that the things you are passionate about, and I'm sure that you have heard it like all over the internet and heard it multiple times, but Spirit wants me to just repeat this to you once again, that the things you're passionate about is not a coincidence. Okay, the things you're passionate about, the things you feel very strongly about, they are not a coincidence, but they are your purpose. They are one of your purpose. They're not just. And again, yes, let me just clarify about that, because I feel like maybe a lot of you are going through the thing, like you thought this was your purpose and you feel called towards this thing. And Spirit really wants me to tell you is that you don't have just one purpose, because yeah, the king is the leader, the king is the ruler of an empire, but that is not his only purpose. He doesn't just rule, he also provides, and he also guides, and he also is a father to everyone, and he's also the judge to everyone, and he's also the voice of reason and everything to everyone. And that is the ideal king which every society wants, the king who can put the need of his people forward in front of his own needs. And so what Spirit is telling me is that while you might think that there is just this one purpose, Spirit is telling you no, you're very wrong. Like you have multiple purposes. So all the things which you're passionate about, and it can be multiple things, it can be like traveling, it can be astrology, it can be tarot, and then it can be singing, and it can be dancing, or like I feel like there are multiple things which you're passionate about, and Spirit just wants me to tell you once again that the things you're passionate about are not random. They're all there for a reason, and you will find that over the years, like you are just finding more and more places, more and more avenues where you can express your creativity, where you can become more aligned with your purpose. And I'm I'm getting distracted from the subject. The one thing which I wanted to tell you was that you see the sun sign which we are born under is also like one of our purposes. How to embody the best qualities of the sign, that is the purpose. Because usually when we are born under a sign, we start with the shadow aspects, we start with the shadow side of the sign, and we are not so aligned with the bright side of the sign, right? So stepping into the brightest aspects of the sign is also one of our divine purposes. And again, north node is also your purpose, right? It is moving from the things which you are used to the things which you are meant to go to. It is the true north. That is why we call it the northern star, the north pole, the guide. That is the north, the true north. That is also one of our purposes. Then Chiron. Chiron is where we are also meant to heal others, and we heal there by healing others. So there are multiple purposes which are just there in our own chart. And give me a moment, there is someone at the door, so I'll just get them in. Okay, I'm back. And so in my readings, I usually take in whatever distractions or whatever coincidence or whatever things line up with the readings, and I take them into account while doing the reading. So someone being at the door, what is literally telling me again is that for some of you, okay, and I'm getting two messages here. For some of you, it could be that there is literally someone at the door. So you could have a romantic partner, like if you're single and if you're looking for someone, or yeah, if you're single and you're looking for someone ready to for a relationship, there could literally be someone at the door just waiting for you. I mean, not literally, but there is someone who might be coming into your life with this eclipse. So there might be some chance encounters, there might be some chance encounters, there might be some people who just come into your life all of a sudden, and then they take your whole life, like consume your whole life and take up all the space, right? And in the best possible sense, because this is something which is destined. You see how even in this card here, there is this person here who's standing. One second. Here, is it focused? Hello. Yeah, you see how there is this person here, and this person seems to be waiting at the door. So I feel like that for some of you, it's definitely a romantic, it's definitely a relationship reading, and it means that someone significant, that significant other which you might be looking for, is at the door. That significant other which you might be looking for is there waiting for you. Or if you are running away from relationships and there is someone, I don't know, if you are running away from relationships, maybe you are single, or you just don't want to be in a relationship right now, but it's almost like spirit and the universe is sending the person, the one, to you. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And that was a message which wanted to come through. So of course I had to give it to you. So I was also talking about purposes when the bell rang for me. So again, the other message which I'm getting here, and this is about you, about yourself, is that for some of you, it could literally be that your skills and the talents which you don't even know which you're holding, the gifts which you are born with, they're just there at the door, and they're just waiting for you to tap into your emotions. They're just waiting for you to tap into your intuition, and they're just waiting for you to tap into your own heart. And once you do that, they are all going to come forward. Okay, for some of you, it could also be a bit of imposter syndrome. Like you might feel like, oh, but I'm not good enough. Like there are so many great painters out there into the world. Why would anyone buy my paintings? I mean, like, I like their paintings so much more than I like mine. But what spirit wants you to know is that what you have to offer. Like, yeah, there are so many people out there. It's also like you want to become an YouTuber, and there are like so many YouTubers out there in the world. So what spirit wants you to know that what you have to offer is very unique to you, and it is not something which others can offer. We are all born with certain gifts, we are all born with certain talents and with certain skills, and your skills, just because there are others who are doing something related to the things which you would like to do, doesn't negate the things which you are meant to do. That doesn't take the things which you are meant to do out of account, because what you're meant to do is also very significant, and that is also something which you are born here to do. Okay, so do not judge yourself, do not question yourself. You have to truly step into your power and own your passions and own the things which you want to do, and put them out forward into the world. Okay, so again, for a lot of you, there's a significant other which is coming to my mind right now, with the emotions is running high and this man waiting at the door scenario. So definitely look out for new relationships, because it might be the one. Also, I just want to mention it here that a lot of people actually find their one during or after a significant eclipse. So if the eclipse is happening in your 7th house, it's more significant. First, 7th house axis, it's more significant for you. Okay, so but yeah, you will need your rising sign in order to know which is the sign for your 7th house. But I'm sure there are resources there, or if you'd like more guidance about that, do leave your comment, your question in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to respond back to you. Okay, so yeah, also what I'm saying is that you overcoming a huge obstacle. Okay, the barriers which we put up for ourselves, you finding a way through. The passions, you are finding a way to express those passions. You're finding the field where you can and how of expressing your passions. Okay, things are becoming clearer for you. The mountain is no longer a mountain, and you're able to see to the other side of the mountain. You're able to find your way through the mountain. Okay, and it's not always climbing over the mountain. Sometimes you just go through, you just use a tunnel or you build that tunnel. So I feel that things are becoming clearer for you, but again, for that, be heed to your emotions, because I feel for a lot of you, your emotions are going to guide you, your intuition is going to guide you. So the things which feel like peace, those are the things which are meant for you. Just get into the flow of life and use those emotions, use the emotions of peace to guide you through life. Okay, so the journey ahead for you, miracles, oh my god. So this is the journey, the 6 months journey card which I have pulled for you, and you have the card of miracles, and it's saying expect the wondrous to emerge. So I mean, need I say more about this? So it's literally saying, telling you that everything you can imagine, everything you can want, everything you can wish for is going to manifest. So be very careful, be very conscious with your intent, where you're putting your intentions into, what things you're going to put your intentions into, what things you're putting your intentions into, because whatever you're intentioning at this particular time, whatever you're putting your intentions into at this particular time, will manifest. It is going to manifest over the next 6 months. Okay, so definitely expect miracles, because when you expect miracles, you get miracles. Okay, and I have 3 animal spirits for you. So you have the bat spirit, rebirth is assured. Love that. You have buffalo spirit, the abundant universe will provide. Yes, and you have the butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful. I love this for you, my dear pile 1. So these are just so I just decided to pull 3 cards for the animal spirits, so that you can keep an eye out for that, and you can use either all 3, or you can use one, just one of the cards. But I just wanted to give you some options and of animal spirits you might want to work with. Okay, so with the butterfly spirit, obviously it's also the master number 11, so it's saying transformation is beautiful. So definitely over the next 6 months your life is transforming. Okay, you are finding the way through the mountain. Your life is changing at a very massive rate, and even with the miracles card, like, come on, right, my dear pile 1. So expect, so transformations are going to happen, but at the same time I want to tell you that while transformations are like so beautiful, right, but at the same time they are kind of painful, and they take a bit of strength. But spirit wants you to know that you have the strength of the buffalo spirit to push through, because buffaloes are really strong, right? They are very steady and they are very strong, and they can plow fields. They were used to plow fields in the past. So you have the strength within you. Butterflies also have that amazing strength within, because they start out as a caterpillar, and then they put themselves in this cocoon where they grow the wings, and then when their wings are strong enough, they fight their way through the cocoon and they burst out into the world. And this speaks about the strength of your character. This speaks about the strength of your soul, which has this ability to transform, which has this ability to change the entire course of your life. Because as a caterpillar, what are you doing? You're just crawling and eating leaves and stuff. But then as a butterfly, that you're changing the whole alchemy of your body. You're changing the alchemical composition of your body. So expect miracles. You got this. Everything you can imagine, everything you can visualize for yourself can be. Also, what it's telling me is that it's a great time for you to manifest the things which you want in your future, because butterflies to me really signify huge transformation. So whatever you, and magic, the strength of the world, the strength of nature. So whatever you can manifest at this time, they can be. So believe in your manifestations, believe that magic can happen in your life, and they will be. Okay, and with the buffalo spirit, it says the abundant universe will provide. So as I was saying, like, buffaloes are known for their strength. But then buffalo is also coming forward as a symbol of prosperity for you. It's also the number 10, which is also the number of the wheel of fortune. So things are changing for you. The wheel of fortune is turning for you. So remember that while you might think that there are not takers for your passions, for the things which you are passionate about, but the abundant universe will provide. The universe is abundant and there is no lack of anything which you can desire for. It is there, it is all there, and more will come into being just for you. Okay, so whatever you can dream of, whatever you can aspire of, they can all be. There's nothing to be worried about. Okay, and bad spirit is, again, since this is lining up under this card, I feel like this is the spirit which is leaving you at this particular time. This is the spirit which stayed with you up until this point, because the bat is also represents the hanged man in traditional tarot, right? And the hanged man is about taking that pause, really doing that reflection within themselves, and finding the truth within. It is about changing our perspectives and the way we look at life. And of course, I'm just trying to find the hangman. If I can find it quickly, I would like to show it to you. I'm sure some of you already know what the hangman look like, but then for others who might not be aware or who might not be familiar with the picture of the hanged man, I just wanted to put it out forward to you really quickly. Yeah, found it. So this is the image of the hanged one, and this is also the image which is here, bad spirit. So also it comes with the number 5, which represents change, right? So change your. So I feel like it's more like you're coming out of this hangman position. Your position is changing. You were hanged up until now, but now you're going upright and you're finding purpose, and you're setting those intentions and you're moving towards your goals. Okay, so let us pull some cards for any final messages which spirit might have for you. How to best align with the energies which are coming. What can you do to best align with the energies? Any messages from the spirit guides? Okay, so I'm putting this card. Oh my god, wow. Nice. Okay, so you have the death card, and again this lined up behind under this, so I'm saying like this is the energy which is leaving you at this particular time. And with that, since this is leaving you because you have come to your true self, you have come to your emperor self, and you have taken the power in your own hand. You know who you are, and nobody can sway you from your own self-image at this particular time. You have stepped into your own shoes, and you know, and you are owning your power. Okay, with the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles, is what it's telling me is that the ideas which you are implementing at this particular times, and the ideas which are coming to you at this particular time, again, you see how the throne of this king has butterflies on it, like wow, right? So the ideas which are coming to you at this particular time, they are also divine, and they are hugely transformational in nature. So pay attention to all the ideas and all the intentions and all the dreams which are coming to you at this particular time, because you will be able to plan them, and you will be able to gain massive success from them. Wow, you'll be able to get massive success from them, because the King of Pentacles is the king of is the secure king, right? He's the king of the material realm. He has reached the epitome of financial security. He's financially secure, and he knows what he has, and he knows how to invest and where to invest and how to use the money to generate more money. Okay, it's like you can take a coin and make it into 1,000 coins. It's like that. It's investing. It's the card of investing, and he's the master investor. But at the same time, he is very stable. All the kings are very balanced in tarot. Okay, so you have 3 kings. Wow, the Emperor, the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles. But I'm definitely saying, like, whatever ideas and whatever whatever ideas and whatever inspirations come to you at this particular time, they are very transformational in nature. And jot everything down, take note of everything, because you will be able to invest those things, you'll be able to use those ideas and gain success out of those ideas. Okay, do not discard those ideas just because that wild dream seems impossible, because what spirit is telling you is that no, it's not impossible. Then you have the Ace of Cups, and I'm again getting the feeling like for a lot of you it's finding that one, finding the one of your life. Okay, a lot of you will be finding your the one, or this is the pile where you're finding the one. Or for others it is also about coming, if you're not looking for the one, or if you're already in a partnership where you are already in a marriage and you are not looking and you're happy in the marriage, but I find that you are reigniting that fire, you are finding more love. And my cat is yelling. You're finding more love, and you're finding more emotional balance, and you're finding that newness of emotions. It's like, let's say if you're in a settled marriage, you're in a marriage and maybe you have been married for like 10 years or something, it's like you're going back to that honeymoon phase. Okay, it's reigniting of those passions, it's reigniting of those emotions. Okay, so definitely pay heed to your emotions, because they are guiding you through, they're guiding you through new things. For others it can also be self-love. Okay, for saying people, if you're single and if you're not looking for anyone, or if you're already in a partnership and you're very happy in the partnership, it's also talking about self-love, because as I was saying, it is the first house, seventh house X's. I feel like it's really happening for you in the first house, seventh house X's. So you are finding that self-love, you're finding, or yeah, you're finding that happiness, that you can fill your own cup, that you don't need anyone else to fill those gaps or those holes in your life, and you are ready to march into the new, right? You're happy, you're fulfilled just by yourself, and you don't need anyone else to complete you. And then the final card which I have for you is the Fool, and the Fool is telling you that trust your intuition. Whatever new arenas or whatever new things you want to jump into, whatever new dreams or goals or visions you have, they all have the ability, they all hold the promise of materializing. Trust your intuition, trust the new changes which you want to make, trust the new things which you want to implement, trust the newness which is coming into your life right now, because they're divine and they're coming from the divine. Expect miracles. Okay, so let us end this reading with let us just pull 3 cards from this cute little mermaid, I don't know, sea something, sea melodies, yeah, sea melodies messages, and see what messages some final messages from the divine. So you have changed, of course. Know when to move to a new shell, especially if yours no longer fits. And it's fitting with your reading, because what is the eclipse but if it's not about changes? Because the eclipse is all about changes. Things are changing in your life, and things are changing globally. So start embracing those changes, because with the changes, new things, new amazing things are coming into your life. Okay, and also believe. This again, the next card which I have for you is Dream, and it's saying follow your yearning for the deep blue sea. And what I'm telling you is that believe in your own abilities, believe in the impossible. It's time to dream those impossible dreams, because you have the power of manifestation going on for you at this particular time. I feel like for a lot of you, you could also be activating your Jupiter, or maybe you were born with a Jupiter in Taurus, where Jupiter will be moving into very soon, and so you'll be moving into your Jupiter return year. And so for a lot of you, it's like whatever you're touching, it's turning into gold. So dream and believe that whatever you can desire, they can manifest, and that you deserve the best. Okay, that you deserve the best. And recharge. There's nothing like a walk on the beach to soothe your soul. Do the things which you love to do, and this again aligns with the emotions, following your emotions. Do the things like at a point, it's always not about chasing those goals. It's not always about you going after your goals, like running after your goals and pursuing those things, pursuing those dreams. Sometimes all you need to do is sit and relax and recharge your batteries, and that is the best thing for you at that particular time. And you never know, like maybe you're recharging and relaxing, and that's when the new spark, the new idea come into you. Or maybe you decide to go to a bar, and there you find the dream of your life. So follow your emotions, follow your intuitions. Wherever you're guided towards a particular path, that is the right path for you. And so with that, we've come to an end of your reading. Like, wow, what a wild reading. I love this for you, my dear pile one. If this resonated, do give this video a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you the next time. Bye. Hello my group 2, welcome to your reading. So if you chose pile 2, then you have the Lapis Lazuli. Okay, and the first card which I have for you is Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back. Interesting. You also have It's Time to Release Negativity, Full Moon in Scorpio, and this is the energy which is going out of your life right now. Then we have Balance Practicality, Spirituality with Practicality. Okay, and it's the energy which is opening up to you right now with the eclipse, or maybe even now. And the final card which we have for you, and this is the energies of the best energies which are coming to you during the next 6 months. And you have full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. Interesting. Okay, so the first thing which I'm getting here is that, well, obviously tying this together, and it says don't let your past hold you back. And with the energies which are going out of your life right now, it is a full moon in Scorpio. So Scorpios, if you, I don't know, maybe some of you could be Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, or maybe you have some significant Scorpio placements, or maybe you know Scorpio stellium in your chart. Well, just something which I wanted to put forward. So one of the challenges which I've seen so many Scorpios go through over the years, I mean, like, I have a lot of Scorpio friends, and I have almost seen everyone having to deal with this, and that is betrayal, and that is being lied to and being cheated upon. I mean, I know Scorpios are always portrayed as this evil sign who are always stabbing you in the back, and I don't know, just evil geniuses and stuff. But I don't know, the Scorpios I have seen in my own life are really very sweet, and they are very tender, and they hold so much of hope in humanity. I have seen some of my Scorpio friends go from relationships to relationships and to relationships, and being hurt and wounded again and again, and yet despite that they still trust. They still trust. I mean, obviously once you have been betrayed, you can never trust completely, fully, but still they hope. I can see them hoping that this time will be a little different, so they can really hope that hope. Okay, so what I'm really getting here is that with It's Time to Release Negativity card, what I'm getting here is that right now for you, it's a time to let go of those past hurts and the wounds which you had to go through, and which you had to feel in your past, which happened to you in your past. Okay, like, spirit is not denying those happened, but spirit is telling you that right now it is time for you to move out of that, to release all the hurt or the things or the pain which you might be holding within you. Okay, so it's almost like, let's say, you tried something in the past and you got rejected for that. So obviously then we form this fear of rejection, and we have this fear that, okay, whenever we put our ideas forward, we are going to be rejected. Whenever we try to do something, we are going to be rejected. So spirit is really coming forward for you, and the main message which I'm getting for you is that this is a time for healing. Okay, and I also feel like with the balanced spirituality and practicality card in the full moon in Pisces is that, okay, another message, like, either you guys are Scorpius and moon rising, or you can even have like significant water placements, because there are 2 water cards which have showed up for you, water sign cards, so Scorpio, Pisces, or even Cancer. So what I feel is that there is this, a lot of you are probably very spiritual. My dear pile 2, I feel like, yeah, you are very spiritual, and spirit is telling you at this time that you need to balance the spirituality with practicality. You also need to ground yourself, because the next phase of your life, the phase of your life which is coming up next, requires a lot of grounding, requires you to shoot those arrows, requires you to set out those intentions, requires you to just shoot out towards your goal, run out towards your goal or chase your goals, right? Because we are aiming with the bow and the arrow. When we pull the arrow, we are aiming, we have an aim, and we are aiming, and that is the energy which is coming forward for you. Okay, I know I'm being a little vague, but let us bring the rest of your cards which I have already pulled for you. So again, with what to release, you have the king. Oh, interesting. You have the prayer. The energy which is here in the now, which is opening up or which is already open to you, is the prayer. And you have Eros. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. So, my dear pile 2, the first thing which I'm going to tell you is that if you are pulled towards pile 1, you can also check that out, because I feel like that is the next stage which you're moving into. Okay, like if you have picked pile 2, then pile 1 is the next set of energy which is coming to your life. And right now I feel like, well, pile 1. And why am I saying that is that two of those cards showed up for pile 1 as well. I didn't know, I didn't take a look at the cards which showed up for the cards. So basically, for this particular reading, what I'm doing is, apart from these 4 cards which I pulled in the beginning of the reading, everything else I'm putting back in, and then I'm pulling the cards again, as I'm reshuffling the decks, and then I'm pulling the cards again. And I had no idea that those 2 cards would come out. And so basically, so pile 1 actually got a rose card in the central position, which is the current energies, the present energies which is open to them, and the present energy which is right now opening up to them. But this is in your future, this is in your near future, this is not in your immediate future, this is in your like 6 months ahead future, the journey of the 6 months future. Okay, and right now what you have is the card of prayer. So why I'm saying that you can take a look at your at pile 1 as well, because I feel like that is ultimately where you're headed. You my dear pile 2 is headed towards pile 1, but then before you can head towards pile 1, first you have to do some healing. Okay, I feel like the healing part has not yet been done, and this next 6 months is really for you. It's a time for healing, it's a time for you to come within yourself and heal those past wounds and heal those negativity, those things which were dragging you down. And again, with this with the eclipse, it's not about utilizing all the energies which are coming to you right now, because what I feel is happening for you right now is that definitely those energies of healing which are coming to you right now, right? Like there's a lot of hurt and there's a lot of wound in your past. Okay, there's a lot of trauma which might be coming up at this particular time for you. And while it is a great time to release those traumas and release those wounds which might have been there in the past, and for whatever reason, like whatever those things were which hurt you, obviously you have to release them. But then at the same time, you are moving into the space of healing. Okay, you are releasing and moving into a space of healing, because it's only when we, yeah, I know that was a weird awkward pause in the middle, because I suddenly had a different message come into me, and I just wanted to pause for a minute and get that message. So what I'm feeling for you is that for a lot of you, you might not be even feeling all the hurt and the pain which you are hiding within you. It's like you have layers uh, over those hurt and the pain and the heartbreak which you had to go through, which you had to endure in the past. And because of those things, you're not actually able to look into the face of your fears, look in the face of your hurts or the wounds or the traumas which you had to go through in the past. Okay, so right now for you, it's less about healing at this very instance, and it's more about you taking the first step towards healing. Okay, it's you letting down those walls which you might have put around your heart, and you start moving towards that space within yourself. You start moving into the space within yourself where all the hurt and the pain reside. Because only when you do that, only when you move into the space and you see what hurt and pain and everything, which what all those grief feelings are which are residing there and which is stopping you from growing, right? Only when we move into that space will we be able to change the environment. Will we, it's only like, right, like let's say a room, like particular space in your room is very dirty, and maybe like you have a box and you have put a lot of those things, mementos from the past, and a lot of souvenirs from the past, and a lot of things which reminded you of the past, and things which we are nostalgic about in this little box, right? And then we have stored this box in a particular place in our house. And while we have stored this thing in a particular place in our house, because with the intention that we are going to come back to it and we are going to look into it, because at this particular moment it hurts too much for us to look into those things, to go through those things, because our childhood is over, we have moved into a new place, and maybe there are some letters from our loved ones, from the past loved ones, people who are no longer with us, people who have transcended, or people who have just left us, or people who we have left in the past. So there is a lot of memories, a lot of mementos associated with those things, with the past, and we have stored them in a box. And then we have stored the box in the attic or in your basement, and if you have stored it in a corner, you have forgotten totally about it, and it has gathered dust and it has accumulated dust, and now it doesn't even look like something you want to put your hands into, because it's like so dusty and it has a lot of cobwebs, and it is like it has accumulated so much of dust, and so we don't really want to put our hands into that. But we have to take the first step, right? We have to, like, if we ignore it, it's going to be there forever, and it's just taking up that little valuable space where we might be able to put something else there, because it's not serving any purpose there. Yeah, those are things which meant something for us, those are things which meant something for us in the past, and they did something to us in the past, and they invoke certain feelings in the past, but that doesn't mean that we hold on to those feelings or we hold on to those things forever. Now is the time for you to get that box out, dust away the dust, and clean the box and find what are the things which are there, what are the things which we have stored there within our own heart. And obviously I'm not talking about physical works, it's about the emotions, the feelings which we might have tucked away in our own heart. So right now spirit is telling you to dive into your own heart and find those feelings, find those things which might be hurting, to go beyond the walls which we might have put up around our own heart, in order to avoid the pain, in order to avoid the nasty feelings which come along with them, or even in order to avoid the nostalgia. But that is not serving any purpose, and that is just accumulating dust and taking up valuable space where you can put other things, where you can put other things. Okay, and right now what you need to do is get into those parts, bring down those walls, down those walls, because they are no longer protecting you. Those walls are no longer protecting you, but they are also keeping you from accessing your truest potential. They're keeping you from getting to your truest potential, from getting to your getting to your true talents. Because you see, when we want to create something, when we want to create the life of our dreams, we have to get our heart in alignment. The first chakra which we need to work upon in order to get into alignment is our heart. Like, yeah, everything, affirmations and everything is going to work, but the truest sense, the sense of peace and the sense of alignment, it comes from the heart chakra, and through the heart chakra we reach our crown chakra. Okay, so it's almost like you have to start with your heart, and then you reach up, you reach your crown chakra. So what it's telling me is that, so what I'm saying here is that right now for you, you have to bring down those walls which are around your heart. You have to look into, because they are not serving you anymore. And sometimes when we hold up emotions, when we hold up those emotions which are there, because we are afraid of looking into them, because they might feel like too much. And spirit is telling you it's not about you going through everything all at once. It's you taking one thing out at a time and then going through it, feeling it, and assessing and asking yourself, do you really need it, and how can you transform? Like, if you, like, let's say it was a toy but then it's no longer working, or So what can you do with this? I mean, like, you might no longer feel the inclination to play with it, but it can become a showpiece. Or if you feel like it's just burdensome to you, you can just donate it or discard it or throw it away, right? So spirit is really telling you that right now is the time for you to bring down those walls. Bring down those walls, because when you do that, the light comes in, the light pours into your heart, and the light pours within your heart, and healing can take place, healing can happen within, because this pain and the pain and hurt which we are trying to keep buried down, which you might not even realize, that's not really serving any purpose, but that is just keeping you away from your dreams, from you living the best life. Okay, so right now is the time for you to let down those walls and look into those feelings, look into those things which might be hurting, which might be there hurting you, and definitely seek the help of a professional, seek the help of a therapist, of a doctor, whatever you need at this particular time. Okay, a healer, take their help and work on healing yourself, work on healing and releasing those past wounds and traumas, because in the next 6 months we are moving into this energy, we are moving into pile one energy, and we are moving into the energy where you have accepted yourself, where you have found your footing, where you have stepped into your true power, where you have let down those walls, and you're no longer afraid of facing those emotions, of facing those things which are hidden underneath, because it's no longer it's no longer bringing up those bad feelings within you, it's no longer hurting you, and you know through the hurt and the pain you are able to also heal and find a way out and to see a life transformed. I hope I'm making sense, and it's in healing that you are able to access the true potential which you are holding within your own heart. Okay, the truest, the passions and the gifts which are hiding underneath you, they are also being unlocked when you work on that healing. More and more things will come out. So it's like beliefs like, oh, I'm not a good teacher, oh, I'm not a good healer, or I'm not a good, I cannot read tarot because I'm not intuitive. Some of those things are is also because your heart chakra is blocked at this particular time. Also, what you have to do is work on those healing energies. Okay, so that was the message which I'm getting for you. So I also have this traveler card for you, and this says discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. What was I telling you? Yeah, right. So I'm actually going to pull the book and read this card for you. I don't know, just because I feel called to. Yeah, just give me a minute while I find the card. Yeah, so it says you stand in the light of truth. Listen to the wisdom that rises from your soul, even if those around you don't agree. Trust your instincts, be yourself whatever the situation, and respond from an authentic place inside. Be starkly honest with yourself. Be starkly honest with yourself, speak your truth, live your truth, walk your talk. Listen to your inner guidance and follow it. You radiate the energy of truth to others so that they can find their truth. You radiate the energy of truth to others so that they can find your truth. The sacred traveler wants you to know if you are facing a decision and your mind says one thing and your heart says another, follow the dictates of your heart and you'll be on the right path. If you get a nudge to speak to someone or to go in a particular direction, do not hesitate. Follow this guidance. On your journey, others may indicate what path you should take and why. You can listen to their advice. However, if your heart indicates another way, follow that. There is a place within yourself that always knows the truth. Take time to be still to discover the genuine place of knowing within. Often the hardest thing about living your truth is discovering that it is. So it's important to slow down, be quiet, and listen to the whispers of your soul. If there's an area of your life in which you're not being authentic or where you are not in integrity with your values, this is the time to make some changes. Okay, so this is what I was telling you about, because this is the next phase of your life. Okay, this is where you're going in the 6 months, and you are setting out in a new journey. You're setting out towards your passion and you're expressing your passion and you're stepping into your true self. You're stepping into your power and you're expressing who you are in the truest sense. But you can only do that, you can only listen to your heart when the walls of your heart are down, because if the walls of your heart are up, then you're also blocking the messages, you're also blocking that the feeling, the intuition from even yourself. So right now you have to focus on that healing. Right now you have to focus on releasing the things which might be holding you back, which might be stopping you from taking the leap. Okay, so I have three animal spirit cards for you, and this is the spirits which are going to help you in the next 6 months. So you have the mouse spirit, tend to small things. Okay, you have the wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. And you have beaver spirit, lay a solid foundation. Okay, so what what I okay, so I have picked multiple. So as you can see, I have picked multiple animals. I have picked multiple animal guides to help you, to aid you through this process over the next 6 months. And I picked them with the intention that you can either use all three or you can use any one of these three. And also they're meant to serve, give the message, right, which they want to give right now. So with the mouse spirit, what I'm really getting here, because the mouse is very small, right, so the it is really telling you about looking into all those things, those all the small things which are within yourself. Okay, and obviously it's taking me to this card. Do not let your past hold you back. Do not let your past hold you back, because we are meant, the past is there for a reason. The traumas, the things that we have to go through, that's all for a reason. It's because so that we can come out of that and move into the polar opposite, so that we can move into healing, we can move into completion. And it's only through our own experience that we become good teachers in the same field. So it's like if you have been so it's like if you have been wound in the past, you can also help others, help people in your life. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to become a therapist in order to guide the people. No, it just means that you can also help people in your life go through those things. And also it's just something which your soul has come here to experience, right? And also I'm just getting the message that for some of you it's also the lizard spirit which is coming across. I don't know, but I just heard a lizard making a sound, making its call outside. So I just wanted to add that to you, that for some of you it can also be the lizard, because the lizard is very adaptable, right? There are so many different species and varieties of lizards, and they are adaptable and they change, and they can change. They can, some of them can also change their colors. Not all, but there are some, and the way they can use their tail to get away from situations which are not meant for them. And that image of lizard is coming to my mind, where like when their predators would have their tails in their mouth, and then they would just leave their tail and they would just run away with their lives. So what it's really telling me is that, and what I'm getting here is that, is again the power of healing, because a lizard can grow their tail which they have discarded again. So they can break off their tail and they can regrow that tail which they have let go of. And that is a message which I wanted to give to you, because what this is really telling you about the power of healing which you are holding, right? Like the emotions which you have underneath, they might feel too much, they might feel like too much at this particular time. But what spirit is telling you is that you're strong enough. With the wolf spirit, you're strong enough to look into all those small things, look into all the details of things, all the things which are there trapped underneath you. But also with the mouse spirit, this is the spirit which wants to go out of your life right now. So, mice is also an infestation, right? So and infestations ultimately lead to diseases. So this is something which you want to let go of, the negativity which you're holding, the hurt which you're holding, that you want to let go of, because otherwise they materialize into diseases. And we don't want that. We want a life which is more aligned. We want to live a more aligned life, and we want to move into our true self, into our power. And with the wolf spirit, you're doing just that. And because the wolf is very powerful, the wolf is very intuitive, and the wolf is very intelligent. The wolves actually take care of their young, they bring up their young, and like they're very intelligent, which is why we domesticated the wolves and made them into dogs. And that's a different story again. But then dogs also came up in this reading, so maybe for some of you, you have dog spirit guides, or you have pets which might be dogs. So there's just another message which wanted to come through. And then you have the beaver spirit, and the beaver spirit is all about, it's telling you to lay that foundation, that for the next phase of your life. There's a lot of newness, there's a lot of passion which is coming into your life, and for that particular phase, first you have to go through that healing. First you have to step into your own power. First you have to step into your own shoes, and for that you can only do that when you have healed yourself, when you have healed completely. So it's like, let's say you want to become a healer, but then you can only become a healer in the truest sense when you have healed your own heart, when you have healed your own past and own wounds, and you believe in your own healing abilities, because you have first-hand experience of that. You know that people, you have overcome from that, you have come out from that, you have gone through the whole cycle, and you have come out on the other side. So you can become a better guide, you can become a better mentor, and you can become a better teacher for others, right? And then people learn just by your example. And so those are multiple messages which are coming for you. Okay, so let us take a look at some of the what else the spirit wants you to know, and how can you best align with these energies, how can you best align with the energies which are coming to you, and additional message which spirit might have for you at this particular time regarding the things which are moving out and coming into your life right now with this eclipse. So additional messages for pile 2, additional messages for pile 2, filling this card, this, okay, this, okay. So let us take a look. So you have Page of Pentacles, you have Two of Wands, and you know, the Page of Pentacles is someone who has actually gone out. They are out on a new journey, they are out on a new mission, and they're out to explore new lands and new territories, and they don't know whether it will be a success or not, but that's okay, because they are taking a risk, and it's about taking a risk. And spirit is telling you that right now is also a time for you to take a risk and dive within. The Eight of Swords, which is there in your current energy, is telling you that. And you know, the Eight of Swords is not actually a card, like, yeah, in this card, the figure is tied up, but you know, this is a suit of the mind. This was a suit of the mind. So what it's telling you is that it's your own beliefs and it's your own thinking patterns which actually hold you back. There is nothing holding you back here. There is nothing holding you back here. You might think that you cannot move out of this space into the next space, but the truth is, but the reality is, the only thing which is stopping you from moving to the next phase of your life is your own belief, and your how you believe in your own powers and the ability and the powers which you have, and what you believe in. Basically, it's your power of thought, it's your power of belief in your own, in yourself, and it's your believing and not believing, it's your trusting and not trusting which binds you or liberates you. Then the next card which you have is the Page of Wands, and it came out reverse, so it just means that there is a bit of this energy which is blocked. So you want to move out in this new direction, but then you might feel, yeah, with the Two of Wands, it feels like there's a new direction, there's this new thing which you want to explore, there is this new path which you want to go out on, but then at the center of your reading you have the Eight of Swords, and that is telling you that you don't believe in your own abilities, you don't believe in your own capabilities, you don't believe that you can succeed, because, well, am I good enough? It's that sort of feeling. So what spirit is telling you is that the only thing which is stopping you from living the life of your dream is your ability to believe or not believe in yourself. Okay, then the next card is the Seven of Pentacles. I love that for you. And you have the Moon. So the Moon is actually a very interesting card, okay, because the Moon talks about things which are not visible, which are not entirely visible right now, and obviously, like, your future is not entirely visible to you right now, right? But the only thing which you can do at this time is nourish those dreams, is nourish those things which you want to achieve with the person who you want to be 6 months from now. You can only nourish that person, you can only nourish those energies. It's like, the best example which I always give whenever the Seven of Pentacles shows up in any reading, it's like us planting. Let's say we plant a new seed, and then we are giving it fertilizer and water and giving it the right amount of sun and everything, and we trust, right? After planting the seed, we trust that it's going to grow. It's not like the very next day we dig out the soil and we check to see, oh, is the seed growing, is the seed not growing? We don't do that. We trust that yes, just because we're putting in the energy, just because we put in all the right nutrients and all the right things in, right, it's the growth is going to happen. The plant is going to grow and become this beautiful plant. The plant is going to come out of the seed and it's going to become this beautiful plant, and it's going to be magnificent and everything. So it's again about you reaching your goals, you being able to live your the life of your dreams, because this is about believing, and that is at the heart of your message, that is at the heart of your the solar eclipse reading for you. Is your belief in yourself, your belief in your own capabilities, and part of those beliefs have been wounded because of the past things which you had to encounter, because of the past rejections or the past traumas which you had to deal through, and that is why you're not able to believe in yourself. But right now is the time for you to take those small steps. Start believing, start with those small steps, because you don't reach from step 1 to step 100 in one day. You start with taking one little step. It's getting out of the bed one day and just making that vision board, maybe, okay? And then the next day the you working on something. Let's say in order to be that person you want to develop, you have to develop certain skills. So it's you laying down those foundations, it's you building those blocks, it's you doing the homework, it's you giving the required nourishment, and it's you trusting that because of the work, because of the effort, because of the healing that you're putting into this, because of the energy you're putting into this, it is going to succeed, because there is no reason why it shouldn't. Okay, failure is not even, I'm sorry, I got so excited. I had my camera. So failure is not even an option for you. I mean, it's okay to fail, right? Do not, no. Let me reframe that. It's like failure, the person who never tries fails. The person who keeps trying till they reach that certain goal, they can never fail. And while the goal might transform with time, they never fail, because they're moving with time and they're transforming and they're changing with time, because that is what they need to do at that particular time. So failure is only, you only fail when you stop moving, right? Weird. So with the Page of Wands, I can see that you want to move forward in this new direction. So you have that vision. You have that vision where you want to go, but there is this hesitation at the center of your reading which is stopping you from going that way. And that is because of your past, because maybe of your past, the experiences you have had in the past, and things not working out for your past. So there is this energy of restlessness, of lack of belief, which spirit wants you to let go of at this particular time. Okay, and move forward in the direction with the trust and the faith that just because you're putting in your hard work, and just because you're doing your homework, things are going to work out, because there's no reason why they shouldn't. Okay, and definitely focus on healing, because you will only be able to step into your truest power when you heal all those shadow parts within yourself. And also I have another message for you, which is that I feel like for a lot of you, some of your passions, some of your gifts are going to come out once you work on that healing. So there are some gifts which are within you which you are not even aware of, and that's because, well, those parts are not healed yet. And with the moon card, yes, with the moon card itself, the moon at night time. So in the old days, obviously we only had the light of the moon to navigate, right? And we didn't always have the best lamps or the best lanterns and stuff. So you have to it's almost like you have to navigate with your intuition. The path is not clear, you don't know how to reach your end goal yet, but it's you trusting your heart, it's you trusting the traveler, it's you discovering the truth within your own heart, and trusting your own intuition, because your intuition is going to lead you to exactly where you need to go. Okay, so let us pull 3 final cards for you and wrap up this reading. So you have rescue, you have and this. Okay, so you have rescue, help others in need, or ask for assistance when you read. And this really talks about the help thing, which I was going on about, on and on and on about. So really ask for help is because sometimes the things which we have to go through, the traumas can be a bit too much for ourselves. And obviously it's okay to ask for help, and spirit is telling you that you ask for help now, because just because you're asking for help right now, and you might feel there are people who are much more in a worse state than you, that doesn't negate your need for their help. Okay, ask for help. It's okay to ask for help, and you can only heal, and then you can also give that help to others because you have had the experiences of healing and everything. So ask for help. Next, you have breathe. Break from beneath the water's surface and soar up beyond the turquoise sea. And this really talks to me about the healing which I was talking about, right? You ask for help and then you pause and breathe. It's not always about running to that end goal. It's not about you starting from point one and reaching point 100 in the same day. You take your time, you breathe, you fill your lungs, and then you take conscious steps towards that healing, towards that goal. Time is not running out. Don't worry about it, okay? Things will happen exactly when they're meant to. And the final card is that journey. Have the treasure in the journey on the path. Half the treasure is the journey on the path to finding it. See, so it's not always about the end goal, it's also about the journey which you are on. Alright, so trust, have fun with the journey. Do not be so focused at the end goal. Like, yeah, well, that is important and you want to reach there, but also at the same time, pause, breathe, and enjoy the journey. Okay, so that, my dear pile 2, was your reading. I went on for too long about healing. Thank you for bearing with me if you made it to the end of this video. If this resonated with you, if you like this video, to give this video a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you the next time. Bye. Hello, my group 3, welcome to your reading. So you have the crystal of Mookaite, and I love the color play in this crystal, like the color combination, the beige and the earthy color and the brown and the mixing together. It's a very neutral palette and I love it. I'm all for it. And also I'm getting the sense that this is a very grounding energy, and I haven't mentioned this to any of the other pile, so maybe it's significant in some way. You need a bit of grounding at this particular time. Okay, so you have a new moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. Oh my god, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so I've already pulled some cards for you. So I actually have two cards for your the cycle which is ending at this particular time, the energies which are going out of your life. So you have show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. Okay, you have, oh my god, what are the chances? Because you got new moon in Libra and then you have full moon in Libra, and it says a win-win outcome is forecast. I see. Then you have full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. Interesting. And you have new moon, a new start is coming. I mean, yes, that's why we're all here, for the new starts and the new beginnings. And also this is the card for 6 months from now. So like the energy 6 months from now, with the which is coming to you with the full moon eclipse actually. Okay, so it's really, I feel like your pile is ending this huge cycle. It's almost like you are moving with the ecliptical cycle which is happening in the skies right now. So there is no resistance. I feel like you guys are very much into the flow. Okay, so I feel like for a lot of you, with the full moon in Libra and the new moon in Libra, it's almost like a cycle is ending. And it doesn't necessarily mean a romantic cycle. It doesn't mean a romantic cycle, but I feel like it's almost like you are stepping into new roles. Okay, you're stepping into new roles, and I'm just going to give a few different examples because these are generalized readings, so I would like to give some different examples because not all the same thing would apply to everyone. So I feel like for a lot of you, it could be like maybe you're graduating and now you are stepping into proper adulthood. Like you're done with your studies for good and you don't have any plans of going back to study anymore. So now you have to secure that job or whatever that it is that you want to do, and now you have to properly step into adulthood and chase those adulthood goals and stuff. Okay, for others, I've also feel like it can also be obviously a romantic cycle which is ending. So it may be that you are coming out of a singlehood of sorts. Okay, you're coming out of a single phase of your life, and now you're moving into this relationship with this amazing person. And for some of you, it can also be that you're finishing one job and you're moving to the next job, or maybe you are finishing a job and then starting your own business or something. Okay, so I definitely feel there is this energy of transformation, there is this energy of a cycle changing, like this massive shift which is happening for you. It's almost like, as I said, it's almost like you're graduating and now you're stepping into proper adulthood. You don't have any more education to attend to in the near future that you can think of. Like, you never know, 10 years from now you might actually want to do some more of studying or something, but right now it's time for you to step into proper adulthood, is what I'm feeling. Also, with the energies which are coming to you right now, you have conclusions are within reach full moon eclipse. So I almost feel like this is hinting towards the full moon eclipse which we are going to have 6 months from now. So it could also be that right now you're moving into this phase where it's almost like you're just floating. Okay, you're just there, you're not actively doing anything. It's almost like a wait period for you, right? It's like that wait period which happens between transition. So there is this transition period which is happening for you. Things are balanced and things are almost like they're not moving much, but they will start moving within 6 months. You'll see massive growth within 6 months, particularly because this card also indicates this card. I mean, this card is also pointing towards this card, and then you also have a new moon in Libra, a new cycle begins. So it's almost like you're ending one's entire complete cycle and you're moving into a new cycle. Okay, so let us take a look at the wild archetypes card, which I've already pulled for you. You have the thread, and this is for the this is for energies which are moving out of your life right now, the energies which are going out. Then for current energies, things which are coming in right now, you have the box. Okay, and then for future energies, like in near future, that is 6 months from now, you have a gap. I hope I pronounced that correct. You know, the other thing which is coming to my mind with the full moon in Aquarius and the full moon in Libra. Now, Aquarius and Libra are both air signs, and you also have the new moon in Libra, which is also an air sign, and you have new moon, which is new energy. So, what I'm feeling, and excuse me, so what is coming to my mind right now is that Aquarius and Libra are both air signs along with Gemini. So, well, just wanted to mention that. So with the air sign, it's about the suit of the mind. So the suit of the mind deals with thoughts, our thought patterns, and what we believe in and everything. So it could be some cycles ending, which I mentioned before, for some of you, but for some of you it can also be a transformation of thought, a transformation of your ideas and your belief systems, and a transformation of how you thought the world operates, or how you are meant to operate and everything. So I'm feeling that for some of you it's also a transformation of that, a transformation of your thoughts, a transformation of your ideals, a transformation of the things which you believe in. It's almost like you're seeing a new way of believing, you're seeing a new way of being, you're seeing this new resonance, you're seeing this new light at the end of the tunnel, because this definitely looks like a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, so you're seeing this new thought pattern, the new form, the pattern in which you can also think. So it's almost like you're discovering the art of manifestation, you're discovering the law of attraction, and you're discovering the other sacred laws of the universe, right? The law of karma, and you're understanding that more. So I almost feel like it's almost like you, for a lot of you here in pile 3, it's almost like you are reframing, you are changing how you think or how you operate at a cellular level, which is why you got the card of the crystal of earthing, right? Because when we are too in the mind, when we are too in the headspace, we also need to do some groundwork, and this definitely looks like that groundwork which is happening. Okay, so which is why you had this, because this is what you need in order to get that clarity, to remove those thoughts which are no longer working for you. Because you see, the full moon in Aquarius and full moon in Libra, the full moon signifies energy at its fullest, energy at its brightest, energy which has come to its culmination. And from then, this moon can only dim in power, which is when it grows dimmer and dimmer. The moon phases go, it goes to the waning phase of the phases of the moon, and then it comes to the new moon from where it again starts increasing in brightness. So since this is going out of your life, so I almost feel like there is some beliefs or there are some thought patterns there. Those things are also kind of going out of your life. Okay, you're finding this new form of spirituality, you're finding this new law of attraction, maybe even a new religion or something. And I want to tell you that whatever it is that is happening in your life, and others might say that is right or wrong, but ultimately it's your life, it's your journey. So the only person who can determine whether it's right or wrong for you is you. Okay, and you honestly have to listen to the tug of your heart, but with thread going out of your life, because you know the thread is the card which talks about that pull towards a purpose, that pull towards the thing which we are meant to do, the thing pull towards the things where we are meant to go. It's almost like if you tie a thread to the northern star, then it's like you following that thread to the northern star, and so you're always heading towards the true north and everything, but you're letting go of the thread. So it almost feels like some dreams of yours are also changing. Some dreams are also changing, and you are actually building new dreams. Some dreams which where you might have found the way of working through those dreams, but it's almost like you realize like those things no longer work for you. Those things are no longer make sense for you, or those things are not the direction. That direction is not the direction which you are meant to head towards. It's almost like you realize there is a new direction, there is a different north which you need to head towards. And honestly, that seems like so much better, because this particular card, the thread card, it looks very dark, it looks very dim. So wherever you are headed, that was a very dark place, and it's almost like you recognize that, and so you decided that no, this is not where I'm going to go. I'm the maker of my own reality, I'm the creator of my own reality, of my own life, and I say no, I'm not going forward, I'm not going through to that place. And because for whatever reason, maybe it was a toxic relationship, coming back to the relationship aspect, or maybe it was a toxic job, maybe it just drained you, right? That thing almost drained you and took all the hope and love out of your life, and it's almost like you're saying that bye, I'm done. Okay, you're leaving that relationship, you're leaving that place, and you're moving into a new place. And with that, you come into the box, which is your current energies. And I love that, because I can see here is almost feels like you're shielding yourself. Okay, like you are the light at the center of the box. You're this dot here, and you are building this shield around yourself to protect your mind and protect your space, because you don't want those toxic things, you don't want those toxic people, those toxic relationships to come into this new place, to come into this new space. And it's almost like you're creating that new space with the Agape card here as well, right? You're creating that new space, a space which is sacred to you, a space which means more to you, and a space where you know you can build upon and build anew, right? And so you're letting go of the old energy, you're letting go of the old things which are not working for you, and I feel like you are doing it very deliberately, and you are very aware of it. You're very aware of the changes which you are making, and it's almost like you're taking a sword and you're cutting away, you're clearing all those energies, you're clearing all those cords. And again, as I said, with the box here, it feels like, first of all, the box is shielding you. The box is shielding you from those elements, those negative elements which might try to come into your space and then ruin this for you. And it's almost like it's protecting you. And I also feel like you are also protecting yourself. It's almost like you're building a new circle. And maybe it's like you're building a new friend group, you're building a new office, you're building a new home, and you're shielding yourself with those things. And Yeah, and as a result of that, you're moving into this agape card in the future. Wow, what a growth! Because the agape card talks about being one, finding the God in everyday things, right? Like we go to the temple to worship, but then what if everything could be worship because everything can, and it's almost like creating that sacred space out of nowhere. So it's like you don't have to go to the temple or you don't have to go to a church in order to pray. It's almost like your life itself is becoming a prayer. Your life itself is becoming a prayer, and you're moving towards light, you're moving towards your purpose, and it's almost like you're working upon your purpose. You are exuding your purpose. You're doing the things which you were always meant to do, and you're no longer holding yourself back. You're no longer holding yourself back in the next 6 months, and you are actually letting your heart speak out. You're actually letting your energies out. Wow. Okay, so let us check the traveler card which I have for you. So, okay, sorry. So this was the traveler card, and it says traveling lightly simplify your life. Yeah, it definitely makes sense with what I was telling you about cutting off cords, about leaving certain patterns, those toxic relationships or those toxic places or people or jobs or just spaces and energies in which were there in your life and which are there in your life. Okay, there is no denying that they were there in your life and they are in your life. But with traveling lightly, it's almost like you're shedding all those responsibilities and you're shedding all those ideas and thoughts and beliefs and all those toxic patterns and feelings and emotions, and you are heading out towards a new direction. You're heading out towards your new north, towards the north which you know is actually the true north, towards the place which actually holds promise, which actually holds light, and which actually holds hope for you. Wow, it's all, you are heading forward in that direction. You're simplifying your life. So beautiful, my dear pile 3. I'm so happy for you. So I have picked three animal, spirit animal cards for you. So my intention with this was that you can use either of these animals, or you can use all three of these animals, or when if you see those animals through synchronicities, you will know and you'll be reminded of this reading, and you'll be reminded of the message which is coming for your card, and that will be like an assurance from your spirit guides and assurance by your guardian angels. Okay, so with the energies which you're leaving behind, you have the cow spirit, the miracles are endless, but it came out reversed. Okay, it came out reversed. Then for current energies, you have turned knowledge into wisdom, and you have the hummingbird spirit, be here now. Okay, so with the cow spirit being in the past, the energy which is going out, but again, it was reversed. So definitely, like the cow, if you think about the cows, they are very gentle. They're very gentle beings. They are big in size, but they are not so loud. They have this softness to their presence. They have this nourishing aspect to their presence. It's all they almost represent the mother aspect in the divine femininity, right? With the mother maiden and the crone, the cows almost feel like that mother element, because she's gentle, she's nurturing, and she gives her your all. She gives her everything without a second thought. She gives you things without a second thought. She gives with her heart, with all her heart. She gives you her milk, she gives you her meat, and we're not debating here whether that's right or wrong. That's a topic for entirely different video and not this video. But she coming up reverse, it's almost feeling like, that nourishment which the cow spirit has, is almost like you were giving those nourishment to everyone else but you. Those things were being taken from you. It's almost what we are doing with all the animals now, like, right? And we are just slaughtering them. We have these animal farms, and we are breeding these animals for what? For slaughtering and for their milk and for our own selfish desires and needs, right? We do. It's not like we really care about these animals, and it almost feels like the same thing, right? So it's almost like people, up until now, people just took and took and took and took from you, my dear pile 3, and I'm so sorry for that you had to go through all that. But I can see that you hold this strength of character where others would have broken. You have decided to stand up, and you have decided to say no. You have realized that, this is more like, oh, all you have done all you could up until this point, but going forward and giving more, you don't agree with it. And so it's almost like you're leaving your home. It's almost like you're living the cycle. You're like, I'm done giving this thing, giving this situation, giving this place, giving this relationship by energy, and I'm ending this thing. I'm ending this thing because this is not the energy which I need anymore. I am living it. I am leaving this energy behind because this is not serving me. This is not nourishing me. I'm giving nourishment to others, but I deserve better. I deserve better, and I deserve to be valued. I deserve to be nurtured. Which brings us to the wolf spirit, which is your current energies which are coming to you. And the wolf is actually very the wolves are domesticated and made into dogs again. Talking about the selfishness of our humankind and how we have used animals, and like some dogs have been like, okay, no, we're not going there. So what I'm feeling definitely now with your pile, I mean, we definitely started with a very different note, but looking deep, getting deeper into your reading, it definitely feels like you had to go through a lot, my dear pile three. Okay, you had to give your relationship, the situations in your life, a lot. They took a lot from you, and it's like they took and took and took and took and took and took and took, but they were never satisfied. The people in your life, the situations in your life, the energies which were surrounding you, they were never satisfied with all they got. They took and took, and then they wanted even more, right? So right now you are actually, the will spirit is stepping into you. This will spirit is stepping alongside you and telling you that yes, while we have been domesticated, but there is also a wild side to us. The inherent nature of us is wild, and while we have been domesticated and that has almost been wiped out of us, but we have a wildness within. And with that wildness we can set ourselves free, and we can set ourselves free and find the families and the homes which we deserve, which is what this box was all about. You creating that shield, you creating that barrier, you creating the space, that sacred space for yourself. Okay, because life didn't give you that, but then now, right now, you're stepping up and you are creating that box, you're creating that space for yourself, and you're stepping in, and that is why you have the will spirit saying that yes, you're supported. I am supporting you and I'm helping you build that safe space. Also, it's interesting because if you add up 6 and 7, then you get 13, and 3 plus 1 equals 4, which is again the number which denotes foundation. It's the number of foundations, the number of is the building blocks of anything. So it's fun. It's interesting that this coincided with the box card which came up for you. Okay, so the world spirit is telling you that right now is the time for you. The energies which are coming towards you right now is to leave the cow spirit where you are domesticated, and where you let your gentleness, and where you let the love of your heart, and where you let your loving side take over, and you gave and gave and gave, but then enough is enough, right? Enough is enough, and you realize that now, and so you're like, no, I'm breaking free. I'm embracing the wolf spirit, and I'm stepping into this new way of being. I'm stepping into this new role. I'm stepping into my power. I'm stepping into the power, and I'm unleashing my wolf side. I'm unleashing my wild side, and I'm setting free. I don't need those things who just take and take and take from me, because I deserve better. Okay, so when the wolf sets out on its own, initially it's alone, but then because you are changing, you will start attracting other wolves who are seeking the same home. So you won't be alone for too long, my dear pile 3, if this is something which you are concerned about, because there's a Libra, and we Libras the sign Libra stands for relationships, right? And so what it's saying is that you choosing your family, and you can only do that when you step into your true power. And the world spirit is saying that they are supporting you at this particular time. And then you have the hummingbird spirit, and it says be here now. Okay, so And this is the energy which you're stepping into 6 months from now. Okay, so you have the hummingbird spirit, and what it's telling me is that a lot of abundance, a lot of sweetness is coming into your life because you are deciding to take to start this new journey and travel lightly, to shed the weight which you were carrying for so long. You have decided to travel lightly, and you have decided to set out on your own. You have decided to embrace the world spirit. So, what if in the future, 6 months from now, you are going to be at a place where there'll be a lot of sweetness all around you? You're going to be at a place where there is a lot of sweetness all around you, where you'll be more spiritually aligned, where you'll be more fulfilled, and you'll have reached a particular place where you're happy and where you are getting sweetness from life. But in order to get that, sometimes you have to step away from the toxic things, from things which are no longer working for you. You have to step away from those energies so that you can step into the new way of being, so that you can step into the sweetness of life. Because if you feel like toxicity is all that you deserve, toxic relationships are all you deserve, then that is all what you're going to get. If you believe that things are meant to work out only this way, then that's what is going to happen. You see, so it says a lot about our own beliefs and how our own belief systems work. So in the future, you definitely have a lot of sweetness around you. But with these two cards, I'm getting a very interesting message. Like, yes, it is about traveling lightly. Yes, it is about making your distance and establishing your boundaries, about creating those boundaries, creating those shields so that your energy cannot be affected, so that your energy cannot be leashed by others, right? So what I'm feeling for my dear pile 3 with these two cards here is that yes, you're walking away. You're walking away from the things which are no longer working from you, working for you. But at the same time, it's almost like you're using the law of attraction, which is why I was telling you about that new thought about the law of attraction, about maybe you discovering how to work with the law of attraction. So instead of being focused on whether you will get a new relationship or not, or whether you will find the relationship which works for you or not, or chasing that thing. So it's you moving out of that energy of chasing something and you being present in the current moment, you being present in this world spirit, with this world spirit, and saying that yes, I my life is my own. People cannot leech my energy, and I claim my power. I claim my power, and I'm going to use my power to shield my own energy and give only what I am willing to give. And at the same time, I'm going to appreciate the good things in life. I'm going to be happy about the small things in life. I have a sweet conversation with someone, and I'm going to appreciate that. But it's not like appreciating that blindly, right? It's not about closing your eyes to the toxic patterns in your life. No, it's not about that. It's about you appreciating and showing the gratitude to the universe for all the amazing things which are coming your way, and for you and even you being able to step out of your own comfort zone and going to a new place and making that a new making a new zone for yourself. Even that is something, creating that new world for yourself. So expressing gratitude is the message which is coming to me. Okay, expressing gratitude and being thankful of all the sweetness that is there around you, and that is how you manifest this future where there is a lot of sweetness, where there's a lot of prosperity and abundance all around you, where you attract only the right relationships and only the right people in your life and the right jobs in your life. And it is how you start using your thought patterns. This is how you use your thoughts and your belief systems and your thought patterns. Okay, so let us take a look at if any additional messages which might be coming to you, how to best align with your future self, how to best align with the future self on 6 months from now. And let's see what messages are coming forward. Okay, so for energies which are going out are Two of Pentacles. Yes, this definitely talks about the balancing energy, me versus the other. How much do I give? How much do I keep? The need to balance things out. Things are not working, but then I'm trying to balance things out. And, well, things are just not working. And yeah. So this is the energy which you're leaving behind. You're leaving behind this energy of having to do too much. You're leaving behind the energy of where you have to carry all the heavy loads and take the responsibility of everyone else. You stepping into your power and you're saying, no, I'm not going to bear the burden of you. That is not my job. That is not my place. You do your job. I'm going to do my thing. And we are going to keep that separate. So in the present energy you have the Nine of Swords, so that is definitely moving forward with that new idea, moving forward towards that new goal, towards that new aim with precision, with clarity. Because when you have eyes on your goal and you are able to march forward and you're able to ride forward into your goal with clarity, so you are bringing, oh wow, so right now Nine of Cups is coming to you, and Nine of Cups is the card of wish fulfillment. So when you move away from this energy, when you move away, when you say that no, when you make that discernment and you say this is not my load to bear, okay, this is your toxic shit to bear, this is your load to bear, so I'm not going to bear this load. You, what you're actually doing is you're stepping away from this energy of being doing too much, of having to bear everyone's load, of having to give. So it's also about establishing those boundaries. When you do that, you're able to exert your power, you're able to exert your own thoughts and your own beliefs and yourself. You're able to put yourself, you're able to take that power in your own hands, and you're able to sit comfortably in a place, and you're able to say no, no, I'm not going doing that homework for you, I'm not doing that assignment for you, okay, or I'm not covering that shift for you. No, it's just, it's saying no, it's a power of saying no. And because you do that, you find that you have a lot of resources to yourself, because you're not giving your resources away to others. You have a lot of resources to yourself, and they those resources in turn bring your, fulfill your wishes, bring your wishes into fulfillment. I hope that made sense. Okay, and then you have the Four of Cups in the future. So there is this one offer which is going to come to you. Wow. So you see how the Nine of Cups is the is the card of wish fulfillment, but it's the Nine of Cups, it's not the Ten of Cups yet. But in 6 months from now, because of all the, because of saying no, because of establishing your own boundaries, because it's not always about walking away, sometimes also about you taking the stand for yourself and just you saying no. Instead of people pleasing, you say no, this is not my shit, this is not my load to bear. You do that, that is not what I'm going to do. And you being okay with them not liking you, you being okay with you not helping them at that time, because you're not training yourself. So you're taking the power in your own hand, and as a result of that, it's almost like the universe is giving you this gift. The universe is giving you that last cup which you were waiting for, that last cup which you did not have, and that is liberating. You have the Eight of Swords in reverse. That is getting you out of your confinement, that is getting you out of your bonds and out of your binds, and that is actually setting you free. Huh. Interesting. So right now, okay, at the end of the reading, it seems like right now what you have to do is establish those boundaries, is to say no, is to be okay with stepping back and not carrying someone else's load for them. It's you being okay with saying no, because it takes a lot, it takes a lot. And our people pleasing abilities and our people pleasing things stop us from doing that, stop us from doing that at times, right? And we want to please others and we want to help others, and then we are actually draining ourselves in turn, because we don't know how to say no. But spirit is telling you is that say no, protect your own energy, protect your own power. You don't have to be this gentle cow who always gives. Step into the wolf spirit and say no, I am walking away, this is not my shit to fix. I'm not taking that shit anymore, and you're walking away. Okay, and then because you're walking away, you're getting a lot of sweetness, you're getting that hummingbird spirit, and you're getting a lot of sweetness out of life, and that in turn liberates you, that in turn sets you free. So in 6 months from now, a new cycle is beginning, and that cycle is going to be nothing like the cycle. And I feel like definitely it's about your mindset is going to change. Your mindset is changing, your thought patterns are changing, and your beliefs are changing, and you're also traveling lightly. You no longer have to bear the load of anyone else. So that, my dear pile 3, was your reading. Oh, before we end this reading, let me pull 3 final cards for you and see what advice spirit guides have for you. Okay, final messages for pile 3, final messages for pile 3, final. So you have the card of direction. Trust your inner compass and find your bearings. Listen to that inner calling. Listen to that inner calling. It might not look clear, the direction might not appear clear to you, but listen to your inner calling, because it will tell you exactly what you have to do. Don't let guilt get the better of you. Okay, then you have optimism. After each rainstorm there will be clear skies. So I almost feel like this is a promise. This is a promise from the universe that yes, things are not so good right now, but things will get better. Because after every rain, after every rainstorm, there will be clear skies, and you have turbulence. The mind is murky in rough waters. So definitely, what I was telling you about you having to clear those mindset, clear that thought. Do not let guilt, do not let others guilt tripping you get the better of you. It's okay to say no. Sometimes you have to step back, and sometimes you have to say no, and sometimes you have to walk away, and you take the power in your own hands and you walk away. Okay, so that, my dear pile 3, was your reading. If this resonated with you, if you like this video, to give this video a like, leave a comment down below and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to read for you, and I will see you the next time. Bye. Hello my group 4, welcome to your reading. So if you choose group 4, then you have the Moonstone, and you have the card of your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. Interesting. You have a new start is coming. You have emotions are running high, super moon, and you have step out of your comfort zone, north node. Okay, so my dear crab pile 4, let me see. Okay, this is the energy which is moving out. So I feel like you have already started working on something new. My dear pile 4, you have started working on something new. Let me say that once more. You have already started working on something new, and that is your north node. The thing which you have started working on recently, or the new idea which you had, or the new calling which you had, that is your true purpose. That is the thing which you are always meant to do. That is the thing that is you are moving towards your true north right now. But at the same time, during the next 6 months, well, it's like universe pulling its shit, and universe just testing your commitment, because you have the first quarter moon, so your commitment is going to be tested. So it's like whatever this new thing is which you started working out on, and it can be a new project, it can be a new job, and it can be a new product which you're working upon, it can be a new app which you're trying to develop, it could be a new channel which you're trying to build, it can be a new anything. And you have started this. I feel like you have already started this. Maybe you started this for a while, and you have been working on this for at least a little while, and I feel like you know what this thing is. When I'm talking about the new moon, about the new thing which you started recently, or the thing which you have started recently, that thing is a thing which you are meant to start. And that thing which you have started is not just you starting. That thing is not just, I mean, yeah, you started the thing, but it's almost like universe planted that idea in your mind. Okay, because you have the north node in your recent future, like future 6 months from now. So I feel like that thing is taking almost 6 months to start giving you the fruits. Okay, like so right now, the next few months is going to be a little tough. Not gonna lie, my dear pile 4. The next 6 months is going to be a little tough, and growth might be very, 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 very slow. You might be experiencing very slow growth. So you might be asking yourself, like, why? Right? Why am I even doing this? Am I even meant to do this? Like, why am I spending so much of energy and so much of time after this thing? This thing is giving me nothing. This thing is barely making anything, right? It's almost like you're working on your body and then you don't see any results, or you're trying this new diet and you're not seeing any results, and it's frustrating and it's annoying, because you have been working so hard, and then universe is like, not giving you that result, right? So basically, it almost feels like the judgment card to me. And basically in the judgment card, it's almost like you have made a particular choice, and then universe tests you that for that one final time. Are you ready? Are you ready indeed? And now it's up to you. Do you give up? Do you continue? Now spirit definitely wants you to continue, because that they are cheering you on. Spirit wants you to continue this thing which you started recently, or which you are starting, or which you're thinking about starting. And you might be facing some obstacles, or you might be facing some restrictions, or some obstacles, yes, or resistance on that path. But spirit is telling you that it's just a test, it's okay. You have to overcome this test. Spirit wants you to pass this test, and it's cruel. Spirit knows this, but then for the next phase, Spirit almost wants you, and this is like one of the last tests it is going to take on this very topic. Because in 6 months, you are going to actually start seeing results. You are going to start seeing results out of this thing. But I'm also getting another message. Like, yeah, this thing you have started is well and great. You have stepped out of your comfort zone and you have started this new thing. And but it's almost like you have not started it completely. There is still something which is holding you back. There is still some certain things which are holding you back, and you have not given it your all. You're not starting it fully, you're not fully committing yourself to it, so you're holding something back, you're holding yourself back to a certain extent for whatever reason, some part of yourself. It's almost like I don't know, something. It's almost like it's almost like you're writing a book, and then you decide to say it was written by anonymous. Okay, like you're not giving it your name, and spirit is telling you that you need to give this thing your name. You have to own this thing up, because there is a power which you have, and that is what you were meant to be, and this is who you are meant to show the world, right? So you saying that this book was written by anonymous, that's not good enough. Spirit is telling you that you have to say that yes, this book was written by me. You have to own up to that. You have to own up to what you are doing. You cannot hide behind a shield and pretend and hope that this thing reaches its pinnacle. Okay, you have to own that yes, I'm working on this thing. You have to take ownership of this thing. Yes, that's the message which I'm getting. Okay, let us take a look at the oracle, well unknown oracles which I have already pulled for you. So the energy which you have leaving you is the agape, which this is the energy of creation. This is what I was talking about, that new thing which you have created, all right? And you have created this thing, and spirit is telling you that whatever this thing is which you have created recently, or which you want to create now or in the near future, and you know what this thing is. When I'm talking about this new thing, you know what this new thing is. This thing was meant to be created. This thing was always meant to be created. This is divine, and this is you living your purpose. Okay, but right now you have the heart, and this came out reverse, so I'm going to keep it that way. Normally I don't read reversals with this card, but well, lines with the reading. And then you have the box. Okay, yes, so definitely makes sense. All right, so with agape, it's telling you that you have created this thing which you are always meant to create, but at the same time, now your commitment is being tested, which is why emotions are running high, which is why the heart card is reversed. Okay, there is some sort of fear, which is associated with this thing. There is that fear of failure, or there is that fear of it not reaching the pinnacle which you want this thing to reach, it not reaching its full potential, it not being seen for what it is, you not being able to accomplish everything that you want to accomplish with this thing. Okay, which is why the heart has come reversed, which is why the emotions are running high, because of that fear of failure, because of the fear of not doing good enough. What spirit is telling you is that you have to break free of the confinement. You have to step out of your comfort zone, and then you have the box. So spirit is telling you to break free of the contain of the confinement. How are you holding yourself back? What are you holding yourself back? Because in 6 months from now, you are going to start feeling that push. Okay, you're going to start feeling that push, and spirit is giving you 6 months time frame, and spirit is telling you it's about time you start working on that thing, and you start like, yeah, I can feel there is some pain and there is some wounds which are there, which is why you're not able to step out of your comfort zone, which is why you're not able to take full ownership of this thing which you have started. But spirit is telling you that this wound which you are holding in your heart, yes, this wound which you are holding in your heart, that thing is not letting you step out of your comfort zone. So over the next 6 months, there is this resolving which you have to do. There is this resolving of there is this releasing of the fears which you are holding in your heart, which you have to do, because you are good enough and you are meant to be doing this thing. Okay, do not ever question yourself, do not ever judge yourself, don't ever ask yourself if you're good enough to be doing this thing, or if you're good enough to be dreaming this dream, because yes, you are good enough. Okay, you are stepping out. You need to step out of your comfort zone. You need to break free of the confinement. You need to come out of the box, because you are this person within the box, but there is so much of shield, there is so much of barrier around you, and the rainbow is outside. The rainbow lies outside, and you won't be able to reach the rainbow if you're lost within this box. So you need to break free of this box and come out, so that you can reach the rainbow, so you can reach the potential of this thing. And Spirit is telling you that it's okay if you need a bit of time. Spirit is willing to give you all the time that you need, but it's like the 6 months frame. Because after that, Spirit is going to start testing you. Spirit is going to start pushing you to show your face. It can even be that, right? Like you want to be this YouTube creator, and then you are afraid of showing your face because you feel you're not good enough. Because the face word did come out, so that is why I'm putting it forward. So that spirit is now going to start testing you, so that you can step out of your comfort zone, so that you can break free of the confinements and step up and take ownership of this thing. You need to put your light out forward, because you cannot do the healing, you cannot do the work which you are meant to do from behind shields, from behind layers of shields. You have to break out of those shields, you have to let go of those shields, and you have to come out, and you have to express, and you have to let yourself be seen, and you have to let yourself be heard, and you have to take ownership of your power, you have to take ownership of your voice. You cannot say that is not my voice, oh, that person is singing so nicely, but then that's not me. Or you're trying to live two separate lives, and you're not taking ownership of the things which you're doing. So step up, step into your power. The next card which I have for you is, and I just happened to glance at the clock, the timer of the camera, and it was at 11:11. So again, 11 might be significant numbers for you. That could be your life path number or something. Or maybe you've been seeing a lot of 11s around you lately. Okay, so that is just another additional sign that this message was meant for you, and that you were meant to be on. Click on this pile, or this is just the message which Spirit was trying to give you with all the 1111s. Okay, and also keep an eye out for synchronicities, because they are your spirit guides trying to communicate with you. Be present at that particular time. Think back about the thoughts which you are having at that particular time. If you're seeing, let's say, 1111s, then take a break, take a pause, and think about the thoughts which are going on in your brain at that particular moment when you saw that 1111. Okay, then I have the card of traveling lightly, simplify your life. Pile 3 also got this card actually. And it was a very different message. It was a very different message for pile 3. But since pile 3 also got this card, I'm going to actually pull out another card just because I feel the need to. I mean, I don't have to, but then I want to. Okay, so my dear spirit guides, can I please get another traveling card for pile 4? A message for pile 4. What do you want pile 4s to be doing in the next 6 months? Or where are they going to be in the next 6 months? Message for pile 4. Okay. So you have passion and pleasure. And you see how these people are celebrating? Yeah, they are dancing. They're having fun. Yes, sorry, I was just trying to take a closer look at it. They are living this moment, and they're oh my god, you see how they're performing and there is an audience there, so people are seeing you. So it's definitely about you taking ownership of your thing, and you, because when you take ownership of your things, they grow, they multiply. That's the message which I'm getting. Okay, when you take ownership of your things, they grow, they multiply. And also, it's you let go of the burden. That's why you got simplify your life. You let go of the burden of having to keep this thing under the wraps. Okay, you letting go of the burden of you having to carry this load of secrecy, of I'm not good enough, or am I even, should I, or imposter syndrome even. Should I even be doing this thing? Because Spirit is telling you to step up. Spirit is telling you to come out into the light, come into the spotlight, and let yourself be seen. Savor your life. Because when you do that, when you let go of the shields and the barriers which are there in your heart, you live your life fully and completely. You are able to have fun, you are able to enjoy your life, you're able to dance with life. And when people say you're dancing with life, they are able to say, yeah, that that is who I want to follow, that is who I want to read, that is who I want to connect with in my own life. Okay, I'm also getting the sense that, my dear pile 4, you guys are very creative. You guys are very creative. Like, there is such creativity within you. Love that. Okay, so let us take a look at the animal spirit cards which I have pulled for you. Now I have pulled 3 spirit cards for you, and you can use either 3 or all of them. So you have the stag spirit, and it did come reverse, I'm going to take that. And you have the cow spirit, you have the butterfly spirit, all reversed. So I'm just going to say, like, you know how I read reversals is usually I take them as a break, I take them as an obstacle, I take them as a delay of sorts. Okay, so with the butterfly card, it's telling you that you need to break free of that cocoon. Yeah, the cocoon is holding you safe, the cocoon is providing that safe space for you, but at the same time it is stopping you from stepping into this butterfly self. If you don't step out of the cocoon, you're going to die a caterpillar or larvae, whatever, lava. Yeah, you're going to die in that, because the cocoon can only sustain you for so long. You have to step out, you have to start breaking free of the cocoon and come out, because even you don't know how beautiful a creation you are, how beautiful a creature you are. And you will only be able to see that, you will be able to acknowledge that, and the world will only be able to see and acknowledge that when you come out of your cocoon. So Spirit is telling you, break free. Break free. I just had to. I just wanted to break free. Break free of that confinement. Break free of the things which are holding you back. Okay? So, my dear pile 4, I'm sending you so much of love, because I feel like, the heart card here is the heart of this matter. This is why you're holding yourself back, because of this rejection, because of the trauma you had to face at some particular time in your life. And maybe you did something. I feel like you put yourself out forward and you tried to do something, and then you faced rejection. It's almost like you going up to your parents and saying, oh, I want to become this beautiful, I want to become the best painter in the world, I want to become the next Leonardo da Vinci, or I want to be better than Vinci, right? But then her parents might have told, like, oh, come on, you can't even draw a straight line. And that was a blow to your heart. That was a blow to your heart. Or it's like, you wanted to participate somewhere, or you wanted to do certain things, and then your friends, maybe like you were practicing some dance steps or something, and then you happen to trip and fall, and then all the friends who were there, all your classmates, they burst out laughing. But that actually wound you very deeply. That wound you very deeply, and that wound goes deep. And that is the heart of this reading. Your heart is the heart of this reading, and Spirit is telling you that over the next few months, you have to work on healing that. You have to work on healing those wounds. You have to work on healing those pains, because you cannot grow into your best self. You cannot grow and you cannot come into the limelight. You cannot be who you have the potential to be. You cannot be this butterfly if you are hiding, if you are living in hiding, if you're afraid of coming out, if you're afraid of stepping out of your cocoon. Because yes, the cocoon is keeping you safe, but then, right, you cannot stay in the cocoon forever. So the cow spirit is telling you that miracles are endless. I love that. The cow spirit is here to remind you that gentleness has a strength. Is the message which I got from the cow spirit. And it's wild how I got totally different message for pile 3. But there could be something about pile 3 here. So if you are pulled to that, to check it out. Like that pile, that was a weird pile for me. Like, wow, that was an intense pile. Anyway, we're not talking about pile 3, we're talking about your pile. So the cow spirit is telling you that miracles are endless. The cow spirit here symbolizes prosperity, symbolizes all the material abundance, because the cow is plentiful. The cow gives. The cow spirit is here as a gift to you. Okay, she's saying that she is going to help you see an end to this thing. She's going to help you guide towards your prosperity, where miracles are endless. She's going to guide you towards where miracles are endless, and you're going to get so much of prosperity and abundance. It's going to be amazing. And the stack spirit is here to tell you to take the lead. Obviously, you have to step up and you have to take the lead. It came out reverse because there is this fear of taking the lead which is holding you back. And the stack spirit is here to remind you that you need to take the lead. You need to step up, take the lead. You have to put yourself out in the front. You cannot let your manager conduct all your business for you. Some businesses you have to conduct yourself. You have to put your own personal touch to it. You cannot write that book and publish it under anonymous, because then it's not going to do good. It's almost like if you put your name on that thing, then that thing is going to do good. If you put your face on that thing, if you put your face on your product, that thing is going to sell then. So you have to take the lead. You have to first accept yourself for who you are. Maybe you see yourself as a cow who is not appealing, but then what spirit is telling you, what you find not appealing is actually so beautiful. Okay, because who you are, it's almost like who you are seeing yourself as is not who the world sees when they look at you. So it's almost like you're seeing yourself as this cow, and like it's okay, basic, right? It's not nothing extraordinary, and why would the world even want to look at this cow? But then what spirit is telling you is that the world sees you as this beautiful stag. Okay, the world sees you as very differently than how you view yourself, and you not being able to view yourself in this light is because of whatever traumas and wounds you had to go through in your past. And it's okay to release those things now. It's okay, and you need to release those things now and step out of those confinement which you have put around you. Okay, let us draw some final cards and see what final messages might be coming up for you. How can you step into your best self? How can pile 4 step into their best self? Okay, how can pile 4 step into their best selves? Okay, so what do you need to release? Okay, let's take a look. So you have the Ace of Cups reversed. You have the 4 of Wands. Oh my god, wow. Okay, so what this two cards is telling me is that, again, this beautiful thing which you created, But you don't feel that. You don't feel the beauty of your creation because of whatever blocks you have in your own heart. The Ace of Cups, you have not filled your own heart, which is why you're not able to see the beauty. You're not able to see the abundance or feel the abundance of your own creation, because what you created is amazing. Okay, it's a gift from the universe. It's a gift to the world. The thing, that new thing which you're working on, that new start which you had, that thing is a gift from the universe. But you might not be feeling that. You might not be feeling that contentment or that elation within your own heart because of your inability, because of those blocks which you have put against your own heart. And so you're not able to feel the fulfillment, you're not able to feel the completion of this thing. Okay, then you have the Queen of Cups. Oh my god, wow. You have the Ace of Wands reversed. Okay, you have the Emperor. Oh my god, reversed. Yeah. And then you have the Three of Swords. I mean, the Three of Swords makes sense because this is the heart of the issue. This is the heart of the issue, that you need to let go of the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords denote heartbreak in tarot. This is a card of heartbreak. So what I'm getting here from your reading in particular is that no, it's not that you're going to get a heartbreak out of this thing. It's more like you're healing. You're healing this heartbreak which happened. You're healing this heartbreak which you have. You're healing the cracks of your heart, and you're letting go. You're letting go of the things which hurt you. You're letting go of those things which held you back. You're letting go of the things which for which you took a blow to your confidence, or for which you are not feeling your abundant self, which is why the Emperor and the Ace of Wands have come reversed, and even the Ace of Cups came reversed, because you are not seeing what the world is seeing. You're not seeing what the universe can see. You're not able to see what everyone else can see. You are the Emperor, but you cannot feel that because of that block in your heart. You cannot feel that. So it's time for you to remove those hurts. It's time for you to remove those cracks. It's time for you to remove those swirls from your heart, and breathe and breathe. Because when you do that, the Emperor reverses itself and it becomes the Emperor upright, right? It becomes the Emperor upright, and you're able to take ownership of your power. You're able to take ownership of your power, and you're able to step into your power, and you're able to put that face. You're able to be the Emperor of your own empire. Because if you want others to be the face of your empire just because you feel that others' faces are more beautiful, no. Right now you're going through this time of acceptability, of this time of where people are really valuing authenticity. And so spirit is telling you that you need to step into your own authentic self, because it's time, and it's about time you come out of your wounds. Okay, with the Ace of Wands and the King of Cups, again the Ace of Cups being reversed, just telling me that yes, you have made this new start, but there is this hesitation in this new start. Okay, you're not feeling the completion of this new start. You're not feeling the joy, and you're not believing in the sorry about that. You're not believing in the power of this Ace of Wands. That yes, while you have created, it's almost like first you have to do the work underneath, because only when you can fix the roots will this thing be able to grow to its fullest potential, right? So first you have to ensure that the roots are firm, and the roots are built, and that the roots have actually taken root, and the roots have rooted themselves, and the roots are getting all the nourishment, and they are strong enough to hold this big tree which is going to come out. So first you have to tend to the roots of the thing. Okay, and then you have the Queen of Cups. Again, I feel like the Queen of Cups here is telling you to look into your own emotions, look into your own hearts, and find out what's bothering you, and release what's not working for you. Release all the hurt and the pain. Release those emotions which are holding you back. Okay, so with that, we have come to an end of this reading. Your reading is very crystal clear about the direction where it wanted to go. Like the messages are very clear, because I feel like in some of the other piles, it's almost like I had to go on and on and on and on telling them about the same thing, because I felt like they wouldn't get what I'm talking about. But with your pile, it almost feels like you know exactly what I'm talking about, and maybe this is some of the things which you realized yourself, but then you came to this reading to find that confirmation, and this is the confirmation which you came here for. Okay, so let us draw a few final cards and see any final messages which spirit guides have for you. Final messages for pile 4. Final messages for pile 4. Okay, you have 4. Okay, so you have wild, believe in your otherworldly beauty, dance with the waves and drink in the sunshine. What was I telling you? Believe in your beauty. What you think is not beautiful, what you think looks like the cow to you, unappealing to you, because the cow is also cute, right? What you think appears unappealing to you might not appear that to others. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, and spirit is telling you to take ownership of your own beauty. Spirit is telling you to own your own beauty and fall in love with your own beauty, fall in love with your own wild beauty, because we don't have to conform, we don't have to fit the boxes in order to be beautiful. What is not beautiful to you is beautiful to someone else, and what is beautiful to you might not be beautiful to someone else. So it's really perspective, and it is not even about that. It's not even about beauty. It's about you being who you are, you taking the power for who you are, you taking the ownership of who you are, and you not trying to be anyone else. You not try trying to wear the shoes of anyone else, and you stepping into your own Cinderella shoes, because you're beautiful and you don't need a prince to transform yourself. You're that prince for yourself. Okay, you also have take the helm, be in control of your own ship. What was I telling you? You cannot put some other face in front. You cannot sign that book anonymous. You have to take the helm, you have to take the lead, you have to be the captain, you have to take control of your own ship. Okay, you have chance. Allow the sea to wash its chest of wonders ashore. You never know what the tide may bring in. Trust. Trust that the universe is going to give you all, but for that, in order to do that, you have to trust the universe that only the best will come to you and only the best is being created for you. Okay, but at the same time, take the helm and be wild, be free. Generosity, what good is treasure if you keep it to yourself? So you have to share your gifts. Okay, your voice is important, you have to share your gifts, and that is the message which I'm getting for you. Okay, my dear pile 4, that was your reading. So if you like this video, if this resonated with you, do give this video a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you the next time. Bye, thank you for watching.